Raylos Terran learned how to steal before he learned how to walk, which was normal for children who grew up in the shadow-choked alleyways of Breville in southern Cyrodiil. Orphaned young and taken in by a ruthless guild of bandits, Raylos was raised in a world where betrayal was currency and loyalty was a lie told to fools. As a young child, Raylos was one of the best. Agile, clever, and dangerously bold. He specialized in breaking into mage towers, using charm and trickery to slip past wards he did not understand. One night, a job went wrong. A powerful relic, an ancient spear pulsating with wild magic, shattered in his hands during the heist. Instead of killing him, it awakened something within him. Raylos survived, but changed. The streets whispered that he was cursed. He called fire from his hands in his sleep. Lightning crackled through his veins, and shadows writhed in corners when he passed. The guild, no longer seeing him as an asset, only saw him as a threat. They hunted him, so he fled. He headed east to Morrowind, where he hoped to blend in and start a new life. After crossing the border, Raylos slid down the snow-capped Velothi Mountains. He traversed western Morrowind, making it to the village of Ranim, where he hired a boat to take him across the inner sea. Finally, Raylos made it to Hla'od, where he is now. There in the Bitter Coast swamplands, guided by arcane visions and fractured memories, Raylos will begin teaching himself magic. Not through books, but instinct. His magic is raw, unpredictable, and powerful, fueled by emotion and chaos, rather than intellect and will. Now he walks a new path, one foot still in the darkness of his past, the other reaching toward something better. He doesn't claim to be a hero, but he's done being a pawn. He will use his magic to outwit bounty hunters, tear down corrupt guilds, and protect those the world forgets. Not because he's righteous, but because no one else will. Hello and welcome back to a brand new playthrough. This is the Morrowind Chronicles. I can finally introduce myself properly after the entirety of the previous playthrough. I gave this channel a name. I'm pretty excited about this one, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Once this comes up, I will be skipping the intro video because we are not the Nerevarine this time. And as you can see, this is not the usual start of the game. I mentioned with my last character that the vanilla start of the game, that time might be the only time you will see that on this channel. The rest of the playthroughs, including this one, will be a modded start. So we're going with a custom beginning. The name is Raylos Terran, as you saw in the intro backstory that I did. We're going with the default hair. And his face, I think, is that one. It's going to be super embarrassing if that's not what I chose for the intro, but we're going with it. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you. I'm going to be front loading a lot of explanation in this first video, but I think it's necessary. So hopefully you stick around for that. So here we go with the class. I'm gonna call him a sorcerer, even though I'm aware there's a vanilla class called a sorcerer, but we're just gonna kind of do a different take on it. So we will be, of course, specializing in magic. As for the attributes, we're going to do willpower and endurance. So I mentioned that he's going to be kind of a chaotic wizard, former bandit. So, but at the same time, he's going to be kind of a, so like he's a wizard, but with some minor warrior traits. So his skills are going to be a mix of warrior and magic based skills. So as for a physical weapon, he's actually going to do spear, and his defense is going to be medium armor, and the last one on the skill list, just for movement speed, is going to be athletics. And that's it for his warrior skills. The rest are going to be magic based. So we're going to do conjuration just because it's my favorite skill and it is very powerful in the late game. Early on, it's just a lot of like summoning weapons and armor, but like late game, you're summoning Atronachs, Golden Saints, Winged Twilights, like really powerful creatures. You can have like a small army fighting for you. So Conjuration, and then Enchant is another one of my favorite ones. That's just using enchanted items, recharging them with captured souls and soul gems, and creating your own enchantments. It's kind of nerdy, but I like it a lot. And then next is Alteration. Just a really good utility class or utility skill. Primarily, it will be used for opening locks, but also water walking, levitating, water breathing, shield. It can do a lot. So I like it. And then for the minor skills, I'm going with Destruction as the first one, because with my Dunmer racial bonus and my magic specialization, Destruction will actually start at level 30 as a minor skill, which is really good. So I'm kind of treating Destruction as a 6th major skill, even though it's classified as a minor. So going with destruction, that's your basic damage dealing school of magic. Next, we will do mysticism. That will be used for soul trap and teleportation, mark and recall, divine or almcivi, intervention. It also has absorb health. I don't know. I usually just don't end up doing that. It's pretty powerful if I do end up using it, but probably not. So yeah, after that, illusion, that is mainly for Night Eye and maybe Paralyze, but it will mainly be for Night Eye. I noticed in my last playthrough there was a lot of darkness, so that's what illusion is for. So there's that, and then finally we're doing restoration. That's basic healing, and I want to do something kind of different this time with restoration in tandem with conjuration, because with restoration you can fortify yourself. Like, you can fortify your health, you can fortify your strength to make these things stronger. So let's say I summon a skeleton, I can use restoration magic to fortify strength on the skeleton so that it will do more damage. I don't know if it'll work, but that's the plan right now. And I can also, like, if I'm fighting a flame Atronach and I summon a frost Atronach, I can maybe cast resist fire on the frost Atronach so that it will resist the flame spells from the flame Atronach. Again, may not work, but that's what I'm gonna try. So that's the class. The kind of my take on the sorcerer class. And with the birth sign, these are just the vanilla birth signs. I'm going with the apprentice to get more maximum magic, and also this weakness to magic 50%. As a Dunmer, we resist fire 75%, so I think the resist fire plus the weakness to magic is kind of a good trade-off. So we'll do that. So here it is. Pretty balanced attributes. Starting with 45 health, that's pretty good. 100 magic. Skills are all the minor skills are boosted a little bit, and yeah, everything else looks good. So let's see. I usually don't do anything here with the attribute editor, so we're not going to do that. Now we are going to do this. So we have kind of 45 points to spread out here. And I'm basically only doing this for the sake of his backstory. So I'm going to be kind of adding points to some of the stealth skills that, excuse me, that I won't be using. I have to adjust the mic there. So I'm gonna pull up his character sheet on my phone, and for sneak, we're gonna do plus 15. Short blade is going to be plus 5. Light armor plus 5. And speechcraft plus 10. And athletics plus 10. And that's just, like I said, for the sake of his backstory, I'm saying those are the skills that he used when he was a bandit, and then he had this catastrophic event in his life that I explained, where he got all his new magic-based skills. But like I said, I'm probably not going to use any of those skills, even though one was athletics, and that's a minor skill just for movement speed. So, by the way, I forgot what this mod is called, this alternate start mod, but it's pretty great. I use it all the time. We are not going to do the starting item editor. And like I mentioned, our story begins in Hlaod, which is misspelled here. So yeah, we are fishing in Hlaod as a way to blend in. I want us to start with very little because I enjoy the struggle of the early game. Let's see what we get here. Welcome to Morrowind. So we do get some base equipment and gear here through that mod, and this mysterious note is for the main quest, which we're not doing, so we're gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop one of my pauldrons. I'll start with one just to have something. And this is the fishing pole. We're gonna drop that, and I don't want to have 30 gold, so it's a little too much. I want to start with like 5 gold. Actually, I'm dropping this, so I'm gonna drop 25. And we're just gonna... Whoops. Just gonna delete these things real fast, because I never had them to begin with. And the gold... We'll keep the fishing pole here, because it's a fishing area. So we have a couple of soul gems, standard restore fatigue, some crab meat and scales. I should mention we will be doing alchemy, but I did not want to include it in a major or minor skill because of the way I do alchemy. I gather hundreds of ingredients, and then I just kind of blow through them all and make a ton of potions all at once. Excuse me. And in doing that, my alchemy skill can it will raise itself super fast if I do that. So I don't want to spend my level ups only doing alchemy. Basically, is for the reason of that. So I can raise it as much as I want, and it won't count towards my level increase, which is what I want. So other than that, and I want to explain a little bit further my skills here. So I mentioned in the intro, in his backstory, that he can't really control his magic. So I have the 6 skills that use magic to I have those in my major and minor skills. So I thought, how can I show in game that he cannot really control what he does? So I have a random number generator, and every time I want to cast a spell, I will roll the dice twice, basically. I will generate 2 numbers, 1 through 6, and I have assigned each one to a number. It's just an alphabetical order. So 1 is alteration, 2 is conjuration, 3 is destruction, 4 is illusion, 5 is mysticism, and 6 is restoration. Basically, anytime I want to use a spell, I have to roll the dice twice, and then the next 2 spells I cast have to be from the schools of magic determined by the dice roll. If that is confusing, it will make sense once I actually start playing. And this is just to simulate the chaos that his magic produces. So if I come up on a mud crab and I want to cast a destruction spell on it, I may roll a 4 and a 5, which is illusion and mysticism. I have to cast spells from those schools before I can cast a destruction spell. Now, I may roll a 3 first, and I cast a destruction spell on it, and it kills it. Then it worked out in my favor, and I don't have to roll again for the second dice roll. So I'm going to do this for levels 1 through 5, and then for levels 6 and 7, I'm only going to do 1 dice roll, as he kind of becomes more in tune with his magic ability. I'm going to do just 1 dice roll for level 6 and 7, and then once I hit level 8, there will be no more dice rolls. So once I get to level 8, no more dice rolls, and he has gained control over his magic. So the original plan was to do it for the original plan was to do 2 dice rolls for levels 1 through 5, and then 1 dice roll for levels 6 through 10. But I got it into the dog days of levels 8 and 9, and it got really old. So, and I was pretty strong at that point when I tested this out. So once I hit level 8, we are good to go. And yeah, we have been hiding out here in Laod, and we are running low on money. I like to think that he's been paying people to stay with them for quite some time.
Speak, traveler.
And he's been surviving on fish and whatnot that he catches. And he's almost out of money, so it's time to move on. Who are you? Random Breton. So on his way in, when he got here, he spotted this settlement off in the distance. And I will say, as you can see, there's some incompatibility with some of the terrain here. We're just going to ignore that. I know it's unappealing, but I really want to use this area over here, at least in the start of the game. By the way, I should pull up the random number generator here, just in case we want to cast a spell. Okay. I should make sure I have a spell from every school of magic. That's conjuration, illusion, alteration, destruction, restoration, mysticism, so we're good. Yeah, the terrain's gonna kind of melt away, as you can see. Alright, let's fight this mud crab. So I lucked out and I did a destruction spell. I rolled a 3 and a 3. Wow, that's really lucky. So let's cast Fire Bite on this. And that took it out. Alright. That worked out very well. Yeah, there's some more terrain issues here. So I'm just gonna get rid of get rid of this perfectly square terrain scum here. There we go. And we're gonna make our way over to this other settlement. So there's gonna be some areas with some floating rocks, or in this case floating trees, and we're just going to ignore them. So we are in, where are we? This is Laodai. In case you can't tell, this is a modded settlement added in by, I believe it's called Blood of the Odai, and it basically completely overhauls Balmora and the Odai area, the Odai Plateau and all that. And this is just one of many changes that it makes. So we're just gonna kind of introduce ourselves to the people here and see what we can find out. This is an arms dealer, looks like. So she can repair anything. I don't know what I'm doing. I only have 5 gold, but she has some really good stuff. Stuff that's way out of my price range. Some drag stuff. Medium armor. But I am leagues away from being able to afford anything right now.
Looking for new gear or repairs to what you...
But it's good to know that she's there. Let's go in here. Drathen Manor.
Hey, wait for me.
Excuse me? That's the dialogue for if someone's following me and I get ahead of them. Hello there, welcome to Laodai and to our home. I'm sure you're here to see my husband, but I don't mind chatting for a bit if you have the time. What can you tell me about this place? Our little slice of paradise. I much prefer Laodai to Balmora, but I might be a little biased. Someone in particular? Oh, my husband should be around here somewhere. That's who you're asking after. Okay. Her husband seems to be an important man.
Speak, traveler.
Just kind of seeing what they have here. I haven't really decided how law-abiding Raylos is going to be. His life of banditry is behind him. He's wanting to turn a new leaf. So he's gonna be kind of against bandits, since those were the people who turned on him in his previous life. Wow. Nice little balcony here. It's really quite lovely. I think for now we're not going to steal anything, but that might change. He's kind of a neutral character right now. Kind of a, I guess, a chaotic neutral. But I'm expecting that to change. What was that? Sloppy. Silapai? I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. Nice little kitchen area. There's a library. Are you the guy? He doesn't trust me. I'm lord of this little dock. What do you want?
Speak, traveler.
Who are you?
Make it quick, Outlander.
Wonder if she's a daughter or... She's got some glass bracers and a glass sword. That's some high-level stuff. A hand mirror. By the way, all this is added, all these assets are added by, I believe, the Tamriel data mod. As you can see, we are playing with, excuse me, I believe the latest edition of Tamriel rebuilt with Narcissus. At the time of recording, which is January 10th, by the time this gets out, that may not be the case. I haven't really
Quickly, Outlander, or go away.
I haven't really decided an upload schedule yet. Anyway, gonna see if there's any skill books here. I don't see Raylos being a super well-read guy, given his background, but as we level up, his intelligence will rise naturally. I have the vanilla leveling system. I'm just running that because I don't really feel the need to change it. It's what I'm used to, and I really like it. It's got some gems in here. And a slave key. I'm going to say Raylos is against slavery. And if he's the lord of the town, he must be a slave owner. Which I don't like. I'm going to try to steal this. I'm going to quick save. Actually, oh. I have Chameleon. It's only a 46% chance. But you know what? I'm gonna try it. But I have to roll the dice again. So we got a 6 and a 5. Excellent. So I'm wanting to cast this illusion spell, but I have to cast a restoration spell and a mysticism spell, which might actually work out. Is this the only restoration I have? I have restore fatigue, which is not helpful. So here it goes. I have to do these. I have to do this before I cast Chameleon, which is not. It's a very small chance that it will succeed. So that failed, but that still counts. So like, if it fails, it still counts. And then it still counts because it uses magic. So after that was a mysticism, which might actually work out in our favor if I can position myself right. I'm wanting to steal this. I don't know if I can. This is not gonna work. Okay. Still have to cast this though. And once I cast the 2 spells, I'm free to cast what I want, because I think as Raylos is doing this, he's kind of in his mind making adjustments. Like, he's able to see like, oh, I just cast a restoration spell instead of an illusion spell, so let me make kind of a mental adjustment. And then he cast a mysticism spell instead, so he makes a second kind of mental adjustment. So now he can confidently cast a chameleon spell. And once again, this is not going to work. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that worked. After I just said that he's probably not going to steal anything, he stole something. But
Speak, traveler.
I think it's for a good cause.
Speak, traveler.
So we're gonna hightail it out of here. And quick save. Already making a splash in this world. I'm definitely glad I started with 30 athletics. I don't like everyone else who plays this game. The running speed
Outlander.
is...
I haven't much time.
There's much to be desired. Hello. Feeling a little greedy today? I guess I am. So this is a good example. Like last time, I'm playing with the drip mod, which adds random enchantments on various clothing items and basically anything that's enchantable. So this is a good example of that. They are all constant effect enchantments, which is fine, I guess. I mean, oh wow, I want that. That's really good. It'll be a while before I can successfully cast Levitate consistently. But I only have 5 gold. That is also really good. Constant effect, resist frost 21%. That's really good. Wow. Shield 70 points. Summon Clan Fear. He just got some good stuff here. But alas, I'm very poor. It's good to know that he's there. I like this mud crab statue. Got some guard towers here. Or the one, I guess. Let's just pop in real quick. It's kind of dark. It's got some
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
medium armor here. Chitin spear. I really like the chitin spear as far as the way it looks. It's one of my favorites. I just have an iron spear right now. See if there's anything in here. That's wow. I'm not gonna steal anything right now. I've stolen one thing. That's enough stealing, even though that was very much unguarded. It was both expensive and something that I would use. That's enough of that. Seem to have some kind of graphic issue here. Wonder how. I'm gonna chance it. Excuse me as I change the world here. I think even when I was testing out this build, I did not make my way in here.
Our doors are always open.
He's got beds, food and drink, bacon. Trauma root tea. Cool stuff. What can you tell me about this place? Not much, apparently. Rooms to rent. Hello? Just a commoner, born and raised here.
Go ahead.
I think that's enough. I might stay there tonight. By the way, I do not have any basic needs mods installed. I've never tried them. I may try them at some point, but I don't know. I didn't really feel like installing anything else this time. Where are we? I just entered through this door without actually looking at it. Oh, he's a painter.
Speak, traveler.
That's cool. Nice. That's neat. I should quick save more often. Hello. Welcome to La Odai. May I perchance interest you in one of my pomegranates? Sure. Why, yes, I grow them myself. They're my pride and joy. Oh. She gave me another one.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
I've got 2. They worth 50, so I may sell one of them. That's our house. Let's see where the ferry goes. I'm not leaving yet. I just want to see where this goes. Over there we can see part of Tamriel rebuilt, which is nice. Okay. Huh. Sorry, just readjusting here. Sedanine, Halaod, and Vivek. Might you be interested in a courier job? Sure. Yes, I need to send a notice to the nearby settlements of Sedanine, Laod, and to the shipmaster of Vivek. We sometimes have large outbreaks of mud crabs here. During these times, we discourage traveling by boat. I think it's a good time to allow passage to La Odai again. I'll pay you 200 gold to deliver these letters to excuse Sedanine. Excuse me one moment. Okay, just had to get a drink there, so I'm not constantly coughing. I'm sure that's very appealing to the viewer. Okay, I need to deliver letters to Sedanine, Halaod, and the dock in Vivek. I will do this. All right. We got ourselves a job.
Speak, traveler.
And our first journal entry. Pretty easy job. Pays well. I think that's pretty much it. A non-hostile
She has no time for you.
mud crab. Warehouse lock level 100. Slave shack.
Say your business.
Who are you? He's a guard. Got some more slaves over here, looks like. Working the dock.
prey approaches.
Let's go inside here. And it is quite dark. Let me see if I can... Actually, I don't have Night Eye.
Why do you approach?
Let's see if I can free her. Go free. I am freeing the slaves.
Blessed we are.
Letting them go free. Go free.
What do you ask, master?
I actually have a mod that instead of using the slave key, I could use alteration or security to free them to unlock the bracers, the slave bracers, but I think alteration has to be at level 40, if I'm not mistaken, before I can do that. But that's our good deed for the day. I think that's kind of a very neutral character like me.
Say your
That's something I would do as a neutral character. And now they're gone. And we have ourselves a house. Which I will need to add some lighting sources to. Let's just kind of put a candle here. Yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of use this as a home base. At least for the time being. Got some sleeping arrangements. Looks like some minor storage. Some mushrooms. Some bundle of wick wheat. That is not actually... It does not actually count as an alchemy ingredient. And I don't have to pay for lodging, which is nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new save game. Raylas. And gonna eat a pomegranate to celebrate. And I'm gonna put my alchemy ingredients in there. And it's getting to be the end of the first day. Ooh, there's an ancestral tomb, it looks like, over there. I need to get a couple of levels under my belt before I do anything like that. So we have a home
Say your words.
and we have a job. As you can see, he is a magical character, so as far as factions go, obviously we're gonna do something along those lines. So yeah, this is day one of our new life, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here for now. Next time we will really get started. I do apologize for all the explanation at the beginning, but I think it was necessary, and I'm pretty excited for this one. This is our first day, and I am wanting to do some longer videos. I'm not entirely sure how long this one was, but it will be on the shorter side. So yeah, maybe next time we will join a faction and hopefully make some money and get some gear. So I will see you next time.